Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's Lair. I am your host, Larry the Chupacabra, and we're back for an indie first look review video today, taking a look at the mobile game Skatelander, which I'll be testing out today here on the iPad. So, Skatelander is a fun sort of skateboarding, endless runner type game that takes us careening down the street in an endless sort of asphalt-based adventure, skateboarding, avoiding obstacles, and if we're smart about it, doing some really sick flips, like right there, but I kind of whiffed it a little bit early. So, Skatelander is a game all about avoiding obstacles and getting as much distance under your wheels as possible before careening headfirst into something, and then you have to start all over. And the whole idea is, as many young skateboarding mavericks have attempted to do in the past, trying to gain fame, fortune, prizes, and maybe a suave lady friend to hang out with for the weekend, who knows. And so, this is a game done up by Underdogs, Private Limited, a group out of India, and they have done a wonderful job putting together a fun, cartoony take on skateboarding, endless running, and it feels a lot like they have taken the Voxel fun sort of chipper world of Crossy Road and managed to put it into a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater type environment, and it's so what sets Skatelanders apart from other endless runners, Mr. Chupacabra? Because, I ran into a park bench. Because a lot of these games are all about just beating your latest high score, and there's not really a whole lot to it beyond that. The terrain, as you see, is randomly generated, but it tends to follow very simple, very predictable patterns that you can kind of anticipate. And eventually, if you skate long enough, maybe around the 200 distance mark, or 200 points, it starts to vary just a little bit to try and give you an ever-increasing challenge, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that, but what really interests me about games like this that are constantly trying to get you to better your score is they do so by offering you prizes in the form of other skateboarding characters. So normally, I'd be able to hit this reward button if I hadn't been skate happy a little bit earlier, and I'd be able to ring a slot machine in order to win fabulous prizes. I'll just slap one up here for you to see right now that I recorded before, and you can win some of the in-game fun bucks or coins or whatever have you. And then those can be used to get a free, well, not free, but like a slightly earned character randomly selected in this lovely 3D print-a-majig. Oh, and we have won a Chef Fry, and let's see what his deal is here. Alrighty, so now we have a kooky chef to play with, and you're probably thinking to yourself, Larry, the chef man doesn't seem too interesting. Well, you're right and you're wrong on that in a couple of different ways. A lot of these different characters that you can unlock inside of Skatelander slightly change the background environment. You know, maybe the boats in the distance will change. Maybe the time of day will change so that it looks dark and spooky and sinister outside. I actually think that this guy's got some, like, French sailors in the background on their little, tugboats. I think the generic, characters have, like, a fishing trawler that they fly in the background. And a lot of these characters break up the monotony of this game. So there's the fishing trawlers, and then there in the background, I think that's an Italian guy on a boat. And so the idea behind unlocking different rare, hard-to-get characters, other than the fact that they look kind of goofy and funny when they're skating around, is they very slightly change their environments. There's a skeleton, makes everything look dark and spooky and muddy, like some sort of graveyard. There's a ninja, and the ninja turns all the ships in the background and all of the buildings into, like, medieval China, I think it was. Feudal China. maybe feudal Japan. I'm not 100% certain on my architecture. And that's how they do a lovely job of sort of breaking things up and keeping them from getting too boring. So we've got like this Hooper guy. We can fly around on our skateboard as a basketball star, presumably a famous one. And as you can see, he replaces the background of boats and such with a environment of trees and shrubs, sort of like you're going on a cross-country road trip through like Wyoming and Utah and North Dakota and like Minnesota, minus all the lakes. All sorts of stuff at your disposal. What else have we got? So what else have we got? We've got Suvit Baba, which I think is an Indian or maybe like a Tibetan holy man. We've got Johnny Nova, who I think is the strong man from Epic Meal Time. And here we go. We have the Black Ninja. So here is another great example of how the characters can really change the environment. A lot of the obstacles stay the same, so I think it would be nice if maybe in the future these obstacles became like feudal, like China, or like zombified or something. But the background props, the background items, they've become dragon boats and like feudal China, like structures from like the Hidden Kingdom, whatever the temple was where the emperor lives. And those give you a lot of different stuff to look at. So it's a lot of fun, and it controls pretty simply. All you have to do is tap either one of the corners to get your character to swivel left and right down this crosswalk. And one of the first things that I thought might have been an issue in this game when I first started playing it was my sense of perspective kind of suffers a little bit from being on this really odd slant. However, in order to get around sort of losing your place spatially, the creators over at Underdogs Gaming have just added these simple little lines in the asphalt so that you can always kind of figure out where your character is in relation to everything else going on the screen. And you fall into avoiding obstacles and the occasional really cool sick jump relatively easily. Let's see if I can actually pull off a good jump a little further along here. Occasionally there's a pristine set of parking cones that are just perfect for doing a cool jump, but unfortunately you really have to time it well in order to do that. So yeah, I think if you really enjoy like an endless runner type game, Skatelander does a nice job of providing a nice alternative to the sort of this cut and paste flat 2D endless runner games in a way that offers you all sorts of really weird, bizarre characters. Like, let's see what else I can get here today. Maybe I can get like a zombie or like a penguin. Oh, I have a cowboy. Ooh, I wonder if he'll turn it into the Old West. Oh wow, would you look at that? He does turn it into the Old West. So this is a game that really makes it fun, really makes it simple to kind of play in an endless environment. And all of the various characters that you can unlock in here, they make it endlessly replayable because there's so many. There's like 47 of them that you can unlock. I'm sure they're working to add more of them as time goes on since the game just launched very recently. And I think you should definitely pick it up. But before you do, I suppose we should take a look at the nitty-gritty of what's going on behind the scenes. Where does the game make its money? Is it ad-supported? Because all of this stuff, it's a lot of fun. It's very straightforward and simple. Partially ad-supported, and it's also partially supported by microtransactions. You can either watch ads to help you quickly get some in-game currency, or you can just purchase characters outright for a small sum of money. Which I think is fair. I mean, oh, whoops, looks like I've run out of space here. But so, that's pretty reasonable, I think. And one of the things that I noticed that Underdogs Gaming has done that not a lot of other indie gaming publishers have done is, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is basically a release version of the game that I was sent ahead of time, and I don't suppose you saw a single ad. I didn't clip any ads out. I didn't put a box over anything. I didn't crop the game so that it was slightly smaller and removed the ad from being viewed on YouTube. The only way that you have to see an ad is say, I have $93 right now, and I still have a cooldown on my reward, so I can't get some more free coins. I'm having some trouble getting extra money on my various skateboarding runs, but what I can do is I can click this Earn Coins button here, and it unlocks an ad that supports the developer, in this case, showing ads for other games where they do, like that standard resource management type thing. So then, after you watch an advertisement for, like 30 seconds, then you're rewarded with $20 for the in-game store, and then you can go through and you can win a new character. However, the trick here, if you're not buying a character directly through a microtransaction, is that they are entirely random. So if you don't like Skatey Feet the Penguin, what does Skatey Feet give you? Does he make it an ice wonderland? Yeah, he does. Look at that. Everything's frozen and there's icebergs. But so, the other thing that you get here is that they want you can purchase things like skateboards. So you've got different characters that you can get here through the randomization. But if you load here into the main game, you can switch between the characters that you've already got, or you can purchase one that is still yet locked. And that will take you to the App Store and charge you, I think, a few cents for buying that character. You can also go in here. You can purchase, different stunt packs for in-game money, or you can come down here and you can actually purchase like a pack of different stuff for discounts in order to sort of finance the maintenance and updates of the game. And, for everything that they offer you basically for free, you don't have to watch an ad. You don't have to give them a single dollar. All you have to do is play the game, and you get free stuff to fart around with and to have a lot of fun with. I think the occasional microtransaction and the occasional volunteered ad that you can watch for a little bit of extra in-game money, I think that's completely reasonable. Because one of the things that always bugs the hell out of me is when a company tries to shove 50 bazillion ads down my throat every 5 seconds. And there's a lot of games like that. Like, I've recently played like a simulator game, one of those farming simulators. I hadn't even booted up the game for 5 seconds and it had already shown me, or forced me, or tried to show me over 7 ads all at once. Skatelander doesn't do that, and I think that's wonderful. I think that's very respectful to the potential player, the potential clientele, the potential audience, and I think this is all a really great package. It's all very reasonable. Nothing is trying to sneakily get you to buy something. Nothing in this game that you'd have to spend money on is mandatory. I think it's pretty fun. So, that's my take. The controls are nice and snappy. The only thing is occasionally you have a slight drop in frame rate when you do a sick flip or a sick jump. But aside from that, the whole thing is actually not bad. So yeah, if you're a fan of endless runner type games and like skateboarding, and you liked games like Crossy Road because they had a fun cartoony art style that was very pixelated in like a voxely way. It's a lot of fun, offers you a lot of free gameplay and a lot of fun free characters. Then I totally recommend picking up Skatelanders. It's a lot of fun. You don't really have to pay for the vast majority of the game. However, if you just want to throw them a couple bucks by buying a character that looks really cool, like revenge BAMBO, the Rambo character, then, watch a couple ads to get some extra free in-game currency to unlock a new character. Maybe, buy a character outright to support them, but otherwise, it's a completely free game. It's a lot of fun. Definitely check it out. I've been your host, Larry the Chupacabra. Thanks for joining me, everybody, checking out Skatelanders today. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Helps me out a whole bunch, and I will catch you next time. Have a good one, everybody, and toodaloo!